Okay, perfect. So now the computers go on silent.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't have the echo. And yeah, let's go, guys. Tell us your story. What's your dance story? You have both other jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
so
Okay.
Annie, you go first. 1 minute. Where does dancing come
Only
from?
1 minute? Okay, I like to talk a lot.
Uh,
Hello, everybody. I didn't expect so many people in this time of the afternoon. I expect everyone busy.
Everyone is teleworking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like dance story or my life
Okay,
now?
let's go. Whatever you want to share. First, dancing. Where how you started? How dance appeared in your
Okay,
life?
so when I was a child,
Mm-hmm.
I started dancing because my parents he signed me up to a lot of out of school activities. I
Mm-hmm.
even went to chess, like to learn how to play chess and theater, and a lot of like fighting. How do you call this? Martial
Martial
arts.
arts.
Martial
Yes.
arts.
mhm.
Yes.
And then one of them it was dance. So I
Mhm.
think they wanted us, me and my sister, because I am a twin. We are same
Okay.
age.
Mhm.
They wanted us to pick our hobby, and we said, okay, we know it. So I started when I was 5, dancing contemporary dance,
Mm-hmm.
and then I danced hip hop and also funky commercial dance. And when I was 18, I was already competing in Spain with a group. It was choreography thing. So we traveled to different contests and we compete. And then when I started university, I couldn't combine the rehearsals with
Mm-hmm.
the studies, so I had to stop. And then I felt like I needed to dance again, but not at that level. So I went with a friend to dance salsa. It was
Mm-hmm.
the first social dance that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
So I started salsa, salsa, salsa like a crazy girl. And then I
Mm-hmm.
met him,
Mhm.
and he forced me to start kizomba.
Oh, I didn't.
It was 2015.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and from that moment on, we started just taking a lot of courses, classes. This cat, I'm going to kill her.
Yeah.
Jimmy, can you? No!
Okay, it doesn't matter. Something
She dropped
falls
something down.
from the wall.
Yeah. And yeah, and that's
Mm-hmm.
our like my trajectory.
Okay, you see, everyone dances like salsa and multiple styles. I'm a salsera now. I also dance kizomba, but I
Mhm.
like when it's all connected. This is why elSol is also multiple style. I like the
Hmm.
variety and the options and changing interest. I've been dancing salsa for 20 years, so for me it's also nice to have this variety. We have a comment here. Never stop exploring. Excited people always online as we cannot wait for the festival. Okay, welcome the entire community. Jesus and Anni are coming in March 10 to 12 to teach Urban Kids classes and dance with us.
Mhm.
So, Jesus,
Now my
your turn.
turn.
Your turn.
Okay. So first of all, my English is not as good as any English. Okay, but I try to
Okay.
do my best to explain myself.
Okay.
Uh, I started to dance in 2013. My story is a little different because I started dance because my ex-girlfriend broke with me, and I was like,
It's a very good reason to dance.
I was really sad. So some friends around me told me to, okay, let's try to go dance and meet new people and enjoy life and whatever. So I started to dance in 2013. I start with SBK, like salsa, bachata, and kizomba all together in the
Mm-hmm.
socials. And from the beginning, I felt that kizomba have something special for me. The music and the connection, the feeling was special for me. So I started to choose that way of kizomba from the beginning. But well, then I started to go as a taxi in the SBK
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, parties. And when I met Annie, then I started to focus on kizomba from
15,
2015,
16
16
years.
more or less.
So you were
So yes,
also taxi dancer for bachata and for salsa, or
yeah.
just
At the beginning
samba?
of my dance life, yes,
Okay, okay. It's a very Spanish concept, no? They have taxi
yeah,
dancers and bachata parties. Okay, so
Yes.
yeah.
Annie, you speak very good English for a Spanish person. I mean, you speak international English. How did you learn it?
Well, so when I was at school, my parents put a lot of effort in us learning English, taking not only the English classes in the school, but also going outside. And also, I did several exchanges when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
There, I learned. I went to Austria and also Belgium, Germany. In Germany, they speak really good English too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole degree was in English. But this I think
Okay.
didn't improve my English because it was a degree in English, but the teachers were
Spanish
Spanish.
English. Yeah.
So it was a little bit bittersweet because some of them
Okay.
they spoke good English, but some others they didn't, and I sometimes didn't get the explanations because of the lack of vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was living in Boston for 6 months when I did my master's thesis, and
Okay.
there I think there I learned more because there I
Okay.
had to communicate with people in the street, like not
Okay.
only learning the technical part from my career.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I love
Amazing,
languages.
amazing. So you're like truly international person. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'm also Polish, and I speak 5 languages because I just studied hard, and it's fun. My next question is you guys have jobs, right? Other jobs than dancing.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do
Both.
you do?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm architect, and I have to go to, I don't know how to say, supervisar.
Supervise.
I have to
Mhm.
supervise the buildings and
Okay.
make the budgets and yeah, and supervise all the construction. So I'm architect.
Okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
she's. I'll tell you.
Yes, sometimes I think you have different branches. Like
Hmm.
sometimes he has to reconsider if a building is in good conditions.
Mhm.
So if it's not, he had to put price and do the budget of what
Mhm.
they have to do
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
actually be inside the law, let's say. And then he does also projects with other company,
Hmm.
like
Mhm. Mhm.
creating a house and things that architects actually do.
Yeah. I mean I have both sides. One is more like
Commercial.
the money part
Mhm.
of the architect
Mhm. Mhm.
way, and the other is more like project
Yeah.
new houses or new space or yeah.
So how does this job, this profession and education help you with dancing? Do you make better structures? Does it influence your
Yeah,
teaching? This is my fantasy. I don't know. I'm just
I
does
think
do
that
you
Absolutely.
both as a couple we have like different
Mhm.
Rose.
roles.
Yes.
Like she's more like she always is like thinking about new things, new projects, like things about something to grow, but in the air always.
Mhm.
And I normally take her ideas and then put in the floor, like,
Oh,
okay,
Okay.
that's
yeah, I
I love
organize.
the
Yeah,
association, the air and the ground.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
She's
smart.
like always flying. I'm all in the ground. Like, okay,
Nice.
let's put in the ground. Yeah,
Oh, you
So
saw that cat.
yeah. Wait.
they
Ah,
have
yeah.
cats.
So
They
every
have
time we
babies.
prepare, yeah, I don't know why they are starting to just go like in our furniture. I think that's actually the process when we prepare classes and we speak. I start speaking with all my like. I try to be creative. We can do this and that, and we can use this in the class, and then we can use this metaphor, na na na. And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna take everything you're saying, and I'm gonna select, let's say, what's possible, what's not, what makes sense. How can we create a story throughout the class? Because sometimes
Mhm.
you have good ideas, but if they are disconnected, people in the class they just at the end of the class they don't have any take-home message. They just have done a bunch of exercises, but they have not worked on one concept like focused. And in 1 hour, you need to really focus if you
Mhm.
want students to learn actually.
I love that you bring this up because I don't teach so much anymore, but for me it was always important when I was preparing a class. I was always stressing about this because I wanted to take people through a process. Yes, give them a choreography because that's an easy way to, it's fun to remember.
Mhm.
It's hard when you just do technical practice. Nobody wants to practice ballet there at the bar. So, uh, but how to actually leave them when they exercise? I don't know, moving of the head or or some footwork. So so this is probably why you're successful also as instructors, because in the international community there are so many amazing dancers, and
Yeah.
there are dancers who can teach a combination, but they're not recognized instructors. So how is your teaching special? Can you talk about how you work, how you guide the classes? For
Yeah,
instance,
so
for elSol, so that people know
I
when to
think,
expect.
well,
okay, first of all.
you are going to talk, but I think that is different. Our classes, our workshops are different between if it's for a big festival, a small festival, regular classes. I mean, every
This is
single,
going to be small festival. Like
Okay.
yeah,
small kizomba, average bachata, average salsa. This is not
yeah,
5,000 people.
yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
So I think that normally, well, you can talk better than me.
No,
no,
whatever
go,
you
come
No,
on,
say.
I mean, I think
say
that
in Spanish. We
we
translate.
normally try to focus not in do a combination or really hard combination just to uh, make the people like show, oh, this is what
Mhm.
we can do.
To wow people, yeah.
It's like more to focus on what the people we think that they need for make their dance better.
Mhm.
So lately we are like always when I dancing in a social room, I was all time thinking about, okay, this is happening with this girl, okay, dance with another girl, oh, this is happening. And if I feel that something is like with all
Reproducible.
yeah, it's like repeating with all the girls, I'm feeling like the same.
Mhm.
Then I asked Annie, okay, I think that we have to make
Work
a
on this.
workshop about this because it's happening a lot in the dance floor. And
So
she start to,
this is your research before the classes.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We always like every single workshop that we do normally is based in something that we realize in the dance floor, you know,
Mhm. That's nice. That's nice that
and
you
try to
actually.
make like exercise not about do only combination or something like this because the combination
Mhm.
in a month you forget for
Yeah.
sure. It's more about try to change the techniques about something
And
special.
sometimes I
Yeah,
think even the mentality about something.
yeah.
So sometimes for me, uh, there is more lack of analysis in the dance. Even if you are a user, you don't have to be a teacher. It's not that you cannot do it or you don't have the technique or the balance or the whatever. It's just you have to change something in your mind.
Mhm.
Just some orientation, for example, or just one idea can change your dance completely,
That's so
And
important, but
sometimes it's
body and
about
mind. Yeah, it's so
mind.
important. Thank you for saying this.
And
It's
normally we don't try to change the way of dance of the people. It's more about, okay, we are going to tell you something and just think about it. Think about it. If you
Mhm.
think it's gonna make your dance better, take it. If you
Mhm.
think that it's not gonna work, you can forget it. It's more about think about this topic,
Mhm.
and it's up to you. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Can you give us an example? Like what would be such a topic?
For example, lately we were working in the last two events about the patient in the dance,
Patience, yes.
patient in the
Mhm.
dance, or the distance in the dance, or the distance in the steps in the dance,
Mhm.
The size of the
the
steps.
energy between both in the dance, because sometimes one of the couple is in that energy and the other one is in that energy, and one is like stepping really big and the other one is
Mhm.
stepping really short, and start to unbalance the couple and make the dance uncomfort comfortable,
uncomfortable. Yeah, I think those
So
things are basic, and
yeah,
everyone can do smaller steps. Everyone can match the vibration with the couple. Everyone can be more patient and wait for the lead, but it's something that you have to do consciously, and someone has to dedicate maybe 1 hour class just to explain the process and how to how to approach it, because sometimes you start dancing and with the maybe excitement of the couple or the song or the if you're nervous or any other feeling, it's in the in the main page, and you forget about all the ingredients that make your dance good, just in the basis, without even taking like complex steps. So sometimes we try to give some workshop just reminding this, and people sometimes they say, okay, I forgot about this, and some other times they say, no one told me this before, or I didn't know this existed and this is going to help me because I'm more beginner or whatever. I think it's more for open level
yeah.
classes, this
Okay.
these things
Okay.
that he's saying.
And then we have like the opposite part is like, okay, we are going to make a workshop like more advanced for people who has more level in theory, okay, to go to this to the workshop, and then we try to give the technique for the step, but without a combination. More about, okay, this is the technique for do this. Now you have to think about your combination. You can do in that direction, in that direction, in that direction. You can choose. You have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not about, okay, let's do this.
So combo as a tool instead
Yeah.
of being like the main purpose of the class, because then memory comes in the game, and I think you don't have to have a lot of memory to dance. You have to have the memory of having done it before, but then improvisation is against memory. I think.
And it's so important, especially in Kizomba, because you don't really have a
Yeah.
structure. Let me read a comment from Marina. You too, so inspirational. Thanks for sharing all this valuable info. I like you both now even more.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Saying Patar
Marina,
Paola. Natalie saying the
you
best
don't share, huh?
approach. Okay. You know, when I once my friend was in Paris and she wanted a private class, and I contacted JP, and but he was not available. So I said, "Oh, so who can you recommend so that she can take the class?" And he recommended you, only you, only you guys. So
Who was that?
JP.
JP. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we
yeah,
love him.
Yeah,
yeah.
so you're very
Yeah.
respected, and he's such a perfectionist, like a surgeon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a lot.
And we also had the opportunity to spend more time together because they were here in our house when we did a boot camp, and we have met at several congresses, and it has been more than just hey, hello, or
Yeah,
goodbye. We have already shared more time together,
connection.
and
Okay. Well, in
yeah,
case
he's very nice.
JP is watching us, hi JP. So Annie, I didn't ask you what kind of job do you do during the day?
Okay, so I am a researcher. I work in a laboratory in the university.
Okay.
And basically, this laboratory is specialized in brain cancer. But I mean, I'm working there with a grant, but I'm doing my PhD. It's not only, just go and research. I'm doing a thesis, so it's the last part of my education, but it's my job at the same time. And I've been there for 2 years. So I need to be there 2 more years. I do the computational part, especially. So when you say people laboratory, they all of them think about doing things with a lot of substances and everything exploding. But I sometimes do this when I need to do experimental part to confirm things that I see in the computer. So I do more data analysis and that stuff.
Okay.
And that's, I think, that part in my education, and also that he is architect, make us something a little bit more analytic, sorry. And also when we give the explanation, we sometimes give physical details that people I mean, not from, physical degree, from in physics, more people that can see about gravity, orientation, rotation, like things like that, that
Mhm.
sometimes might help because they are more.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you're amazing. So interesting. So how was your first international booking? How did that feel? The beginnings.
Was
The
oh
world
my
tour.
god.
You remember? You remember
No
where?
one
And
knows which
No.
one is it.
Well, the first one
Yes.
was
It was
in
not too long ago. It was last
no
year,
last year
February.
in February. Yes,
Mhm.
it was in Italy.
Well, no, we were in Tangier
Well,
before pandemic. We were
Yeah.
in Morocco,
Okay.
but it was like
but it felt very Spanish.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it
So
was in Italy near Venice. Venice,
Venice.
Mhm.
yes. Kizanchik was the name,
Mhm.
and it was nice, but during our workshop I felt a little weird because uh, we need an interpreter to understand us because we speak
In
Spanish
English.
and we can try English too when she speaks English well.
Mhm.
But there in Italy, there was a lot of people that don't understand both
Okay.
languages. So we need an
Mhm.
interpreter. So it was like the first time out, and we need an interpreter. It was like, oh, I don't know if we are doing it well or not or whatever. So
Mhm.
it was more about our confidence. I
Yeah, the
think
class
that
I
moment
think
we didn't have a lot of confidence in
no, the
ourselves.
class took a
Maybe
little
I
bit
don't know.
longer because we didn't take into account that the time was going to be doubled with
Mhm.
the translation.
Okay.
I think that was it, and also there were many people, like way more than we expected. Like the room was pretty full.
Hmm.
So I think for a first time, then the feedback was very positive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Everyone loved the class, and then we were dancing like social dance. It was
yeah.
in a castle, so it was a
It
really
was
cool
amazing.
event,
It was amazing.
and it was very good. But during the class, which was like our main, um, concern,
Mhm.
is why we go there, because we are going to teach. Uh, during the class, we felt that like, okay, we have to be aware that sometimes not everybody understands English, and give the explanations so that someone can translate. So it was a learning,
Mhm.
that part.
Mhm.
And also we connected very much with the
With the
Italian.
organizers
Yeah, they
and
were
the
very
organizers,
nice,
yes,
and they took a lot of care
yeah,
of us.
Okay.
Actually, all the organizers have done that
yeah.
so far.
Mhm.
We felt like at home,
Yeah, they
really.
very
Yes,
loved.
yes.
Okay. Guys, what do you think? Why is it that in the Kizomba community we have such a gender imbalance? Oh, Eva is telling hola, hola, Eva. That the events are struggling also always with too many women, not enough guys, and so on. I don't think bachata has this problem. Like in Poland, no.
Well,
Well, it
I,
has its problem in Spain, the
I
bachata
think in
part too,
general
but
it's
because
something that happens
yeah,
to all the dances. Yes,
because in
probably.
bachata they rotate more, and
Mhm.
also not only more but synchronously they rotate
Mhm.
all at the same time. It's people don't feel this imbalance so hard,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
but here there are more girls, and in Kizomba, because we rotate less and not synchronously, just boom boom boom, you
Mhm.
cannot be there just to catch someone.
Yeah.
I think that's the main problem in
Yeah.
like why it's
Mhm.
more important in the Kizomba scene.
Mhm.
And I mean, we can talk about the imbalance here in Spain, because I think it's very related to culture.
Mhm.
We think it's very related to culture, and I guess it's the same in Europe, but I cannot say because I have not
Mhm.
lived there. But
Mhm.
you want to
Yeah,
say?
I think that in Spain at least, I think that there is a lot of guys that don't want to dance because don't want to feel like they are like so shy. Like I never dance. I don't want to dance. I don't know how to dance. How can I go there if I don't know how to dance? And I have
Mhm.
to dance with some people around
They
me
have
and
to dance with with girls. They don't even have the courage to go talk to a girl. So sometimes it's like, how am I going to invite a girl to dance if I don't know how to dance? And also dance is reserved for girls, and they have a lot of, like conditioning, I think, social conditioning to start dancing, just to start.
This is the first part, and the second one I think is that is for me it's harder to start to learn as a leader more than as a follow, because it's like in languages it's easier to listen and understand what are you talking to me. I understand what you're telling to me, but it's harder to speak. So when you're a leader, you have to propose something. You don't have to, okay, let's see what she or he is going to lead me. It's more about, okay, I have to do something. I have to lead something. So I think that at the beginning, both the point that you have to propose something and the thing that the guys normally has more lack of confidence at the beginning is what do that the guys don't want to start to dance.
It is a lot of pressure on the guy to kind of manage the dance. Let me read the comments because we have a lot. There is someone from Kazakhstan who connected. It's really nice to have you here. Do you dance in Kazakhstan? We actually get people from Kazakhstan at elSol. There are not many, but they are there. So welcome. Okay, Mr. Airlines saying keep up the good work. That's Steph, right? Mr. Airlines. Love you guys. Radu, colorful kids. It's just guys don't know what they are losing not dancing kizomba. Yeah. And then Natalie Omirova is saying the same issues everywhere. We used to think in Russia that we're the only country with gender problem dances. Yeah, in Poland we think the same, and it's I guess everywhere. Daniela Sotelo is saying Jesus and Anni the best urban kids teachers. And sending love from Serbia from Sara. So, guys, have you been around in many countries teaching, or how many so far? Or do you get more attention from the social media than actually being physically there?
No, I think we've started to travel more after pandemic. Actually, before pandemic, we had some bookings closed. And many of them, because of the pandemic, went away. Some of them, they never happened. And some others, they just changed the lineup or whatever. But I think pandemic, we were more present in social media. And because of that, we got more bookings outside Spain. For now, we've been in some of them. We've been in
United
Italy,
States,
France,
United
Portugal,
States,
United States
Poland,
twice, Poland, Germany twice too, Serbia, Bulgaria. Bulgaria, so sorry. It's you. That's I say what you say.
And this year we have already booked a lot of festivals around Europe. Yes.
Oh, we were in Poland too, actually.
In Wrocław. Wrocław, right?
Yeah. I still don't know how to say that name.
It's the German version would be Breslau. I don't know if that's easier because
Breslau,
it used to be a German.
That's easy.
Okay.
And in Spain also, in Spain we go out of Madrid. We go a lot. Like for example, we go to Valencia, Barcelona. We're going this weekend to the north, to the south, and that's cool too because Spain is not enormous, but it's big. Some people they have their small communities there, so they just see us when we go there. So
I thought Spain is all bachata. It's the bachata is the Spanish dance.
Yeah, there's more bachata, but the kizomba people is very loyal. They stay there.
Okay, that's nice.
I think it's growing.
Jesus and Anni is saying thank you for the inspirations. Sorry, that was Natalie. Carlos, yo pensando si anoche estaban en Madrid y ya se han pirado a un festival. Cool teachers.
Carlos, sí. Cool teachers, that's Concha.
Okay.
Concha is a student here in our town.
Daniela Teixeira, Portugal. She missed you in Portugal.
Yeah, we were in Portugal, yes, too, in Algarve, yes.
In Algarve, yes.
We were.
We're gonna be in May too.
We're gonna be again. Yes.
So how is because you're also a couple in private, right?
Yes.
You're in love. I saw the engagement dance.
Some days.
Some days
So-
more than otherwise.
No, when are you going to Serbia again? It's easier for Russians to visit your lessons there. Actually, Natalie, is it true that Russians cannot enter Poland now? Can you tell me? Jesús muy bien es inglés, dice Carlos.
Yeah, that's a student that we
Yeah.
were yesterday night with him teaching.
Come again.
To Serbia, we're going on October.
Mhm.
This year in October, we're
Okay.
gonna
To Faith
be
Connect.
again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
this year again.
I was asking a question and I lost my. Oh no, I wanted to know how
Well,
you feel
yeah.
like being together, working together. How long have you been a couple? If I may
7
ask.
years.
7 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
7
Okay.
years.
7 years.
It's a very established relationship. So you became a
With
couple.
children.
First you became a couple, or first you danced together?
No,
First as a
we,
couple.
became
Yeah,
a
the
couple.
couple.
Yes, the dancing thing was more. It was our hobby,
Yeah.
and then we started to be hired
We-
around.
We didn't expect all of this. I mean, we were dancing, and then start to teach in some parties, and then start to
Then
teach
dance
in some
studio.
schools, and then
Festivals.
some festival in Madrid, then festival in Spain, and then
Mm.
go more and more and more. But it wasn't our goal at the beginning. It was like something that happens.
I mean, of course,
Yeah.
at some point we said, okay, let's start working like seriously.
Mhm.
I mean, at some point we took it as a job.
Okay.
I think it was 2018, 19,
Yes.
like more seriously. But yeah, we were
When
first.
when we started to teach in the schools, we started to take it
More seriously,
More
yes.
seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
So
okay,
what are
this is not
the
a game.
advantages of your situation?
Some advantages.
For me, apart from teaching, just to be connected with your partner
Yeah.
with a dance is something very unexplainable.
Yeah.
It's something that now I mean, imagine I had another partner in the future or whatever. I am not sure if I could be with someone that doesn't dance. For me, it's something integrated. You know, I need to have that physical connection, an emotional connection. Is something higher level for me. That's a positive thing. Then
I think that in our workshop, you can feel that we have a lot of ¿cómo se dice?
complicity.
Yeah, like complicity. So we make a
is
lot
it said
of
like that?
jokes.
Complicity? No,
Yeah,
that's not correct.
no. How would you say? We have a translator here. Connection or
That you
understanding each
that
other.
you
right?
complement each other.
The dynamic.
Mutual understanding.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
dynamic we
Like,
have is
We know really good each one. So in the class, normally you can feel that we generate an environment that you know that we have a lot of complicity. I don't know how
No.
to say.
good dynamic. Yes.
Yeah, good dynamic. Like she can make me a lot of jokes. I can make her jokes, and it's all like I don't know.
No
how
one
to
gets
explain.
angry because of
Yeah.
the jokes, for example. You know, like it's in a joking environment, and it's something that we do normally. So we don't do just.
So I think it giving us a advantage to make the workshop like more comfortable to the people.
Also, I
Yeah.
think how do you say entrega? Like how generous you are with the other person is related to being a couple too. Because sometimes if someone is very busy with work or sick or has a compromise with something, for example, this afternoon he has something very specific and I have to teach one class by myself. It's something that we always do this for the other with no payback. You know, like of course you're my boyfriend, I love you. It's not, and maybe if we were not a couple it could be more difficult, like hey, you miss one, then I can miss one, you know, more like to equalize. I don't know how other people do it.
Okay.
Same with the money itself, like with the economical part, we do everything shared in the dance part for our house, our things, you know, our wedding.
Yeah.
Steph is saying you guys put your own signature of elegance and smoothness into the scene, and it's a great one. Parisian organizers should think more about you.
Thank you, baby.
We want you in Kizomba Queen Festival.
We maybe be there.
And the bad
So-
things, if you want to know,
I want to know the bad things, the negative things.
There are no bad things.
there are no
no?
bad things. No, it's more about sometimes the problem in the dance couple, you bring it to your home sometimes.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's more at the beginning, I think, because now we work a lot about that.
Mhm.
But at the beginning, sometimes if something didn't work in a workshop, or the demo wasn't as we expect, or something like this, then you bring the problem to home sometime. But we started to notice that and stop it. Like, okay, we have to work on that.
So you mean like when something doesn't work in the demo, and then you'd feel down, or do you blame each other? Like it's because you did this or you did this, or do you have those discussions?
It's not.
I think it depends on what happened in the demo. So
Yeah.
sometimes we're down.
The demo in the workshop, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we were down because it was more related to something external, like the energy or in the workshop, or our mood that day, or our connection was not so good that day. Something that you cannot blame anyone.
Yeah.
Some other times I was more nervous and I moved without waiting, for example. And I mean, that's a good thing that we know most of the time who did wrong in that moment. It's not, I mean, when I do wrong, I feel it, I know, but I did it. And when he does wrong, he's able to say, yeah, it was too fast here, or maybe I didn't lead clearly. So I don't think it's about like blaming.
Yeah,
It's
no.
more about recognizing.
I think we never like blame the other, like it's your fault, No, never. It's more about I feel sad and I cannot be happy at home. I sat in the festival and I go to the room. I keep the sadness there. I mean, I keep sad. So I with my girlfriend and I'm sad in that moment. So it's more about the problem in the
No. The only thing that makes us argue. Now I remember.
But
Well, two things. One,
be careful.
we never dance the songs that I want.
Yeah. Okay.
Never.
Yeah,
And then
true.
sometimes
That's true.
he tells me, okay, we're gonna dance to this song that I don't know, but I listen to it because I need to know the song. I like to know it in general. So I listen to the song. Okay, I assume we're gonna dance this song, and then I'm waiting in the middle of the circle, and he plays another song. This is something that makes us argue, because it's like, why do you last minute and not one time? Like most of the time decide the other song that I don't know if you tell me this. So I just ask him, please decide one and go with that one. There are many demos in the life. You're not gonna run out of demos. Just do one song at a time so that I can be there with your energy, because sometimes I dress specifically for the kind of workshop or the kind of song we're gonna dance to. The shoes are not the same. I don't know, my preparation. I'm very, energetic person, and my preparation is not the same. And if I think we're gonna dance to Afrobeats and he puts, a slow balada, then I am like, I don't know how to feel in that moment. I have to change my mind very fast.
Okay.
So this is a point to improve.
Yeah. But it's gonna happen. That is gonna happen more. Yeah.
How do you
Yes.
How do you decide what to wear?
Me?
Both of you.
Or him?
Yeah, both. Well,
he wears black and white, so
no, yeah. I'm like really humble guy.
Okay.
humble.
In my clothes.
You're basic.
Yes.
He doesn't like colors.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very basic.
But normally before the travel, we talk about, okay, what's about the outfit of the demos? What are you gonna?
It's related to the class and also to the song. Everything is we try to be in the same vibe in general. Sometimes is more neutral. It can be one thing or the other. But for example, if the song is very fast, or if it's it has a lot of flow, we try to be more colorful. If it's more elegant, more neutral,
Yeah.
Okay.
it depends.
Let me read the questions. Chloe is asking, are demos completely improvised?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
have a thing there. We have a thing there.
Yeah.
Sometimes we should just put the combo of the figure or something in the demo that we taught in class.
Yeah, I have a problem.
And because
with
he's
that.
not able to memorize and to remember, like really, sometimes even in class we prepare a combo of, I'm not saying one song, but maybe 4 eights, and he's the only one mistaking. Like he's the only one doing another thing at some moment. It's like you invented it, and we prepare, and then he records.
The only thing that we do normally, more me than her, is that during the week I try to listen the song that we are going to dance, like the more that I can. So if I'm driving, I put the song just to get the feeling of the song before.
Okay.
But sometimes I cannot do it because we don't have a lot of time. But I try to take and choose songs that I know well before. But then the dance is
who
whatever.
asked that?
Yeah.
Chloe,
The dance is
choreo, ballet.
Chloe.
Okay, Chloe now is asking.
I don't
And
know.
sometimes we teach something in the class, like some combination, and during the demo, I try to remember to do the same, but sometimes I forget or do only half and the other part is like because I'm used to improvise always in the dance, so it's hard for me to go to something specific.
Can you teach improvisation successfully?
I think we've never done that, but
yeah,
I think if we've done something similar, it would be something like to arrive to a point and decide one of 5 options, for example. That could be half improvisation because you are limited to something.
but always
I think we could prepare a good class, but we have not
and in
done
our
it.
class is maybe it's not about all like okay go improvise, but all our classes are like open. We casi nunca, ¿cómo se dice casi nunca?
Never.
We barely make a close combination. It's always about do this and you can go forward, backward, lateral, you can go lift, you can do so.
And it depends to which level you teach improvisation. Because the more resources you have, I think you can do a different class. And I think at a lower level, it could be more something related to your mind, how to not think about if something is good or not, and also the follower not to try to fit the figure that the leader is doing in something that she already knows. That's something that happens a lot. So he starts something, and because she takes that something and just fit it in one of the boxes that she has lived before, she does it, And sometimes the learning zone is when you're doing things you've never done, but you are able with your technique of following that step. So I think it could be more related to
and for
that.
the leader, I think that the more possibilities that you have every single step, if you step with your right and you have 3 options, you will feel free to improvise. Because sometimes what happens is that we don't have a lot of different kind of steps. And if the music have something that you have to match with your step, but you are not ready because you are with your left and you only know how to do with your left or wherever, you lose the effect. But if you are free to do with your left, with your right, forward, backward, you have like a lot of resources. You will be able to be more free when you dance.
Yes, you need a certain repertoire of moves, right, to be able to move free around this. My
Yeah.
experience in Kizomba also was that it takes a lot of different skills. I used to dance ballet before, and then salsa, and I mean all contemporary and so on. And then I was losing balance, like being on one leg on heels, and usually as girls we step because we lose balance. That was my technical problem, that it's very hard to move. It's such a normal thing, just walking, right? But it's so hard to wait, sometimes also because of the way the muscles work. Like I have to train myself for better, train the muscles on my legs for better balance, although I'm a dancer already.
Yeah. I think in the follower part, at some point, you have to develop a lot of reactivity. Like, if you're perfectly led, like, for example, for us, a step is not just a step, it's a step defined by a size, by a direction, by inertia, many things involved in one step. If you're perfectly led, you can follow well. But if you, I mean, of course, because they are people too, sometimes they are not mathematicians and they might give extra energy or low energy, and as a follower you sometimes have to be able to understand the lead and compensate for some things. For
Mm.
example, if he send you a lot of energy for a slow motion and you feel that you want to do more steps, but you're feeling there that he stops at the same time, you gotta compensate that, and that's also affecting our balance, I think. So at the end of the day, what we said before, for us, the learning curve for a leader is very steep in the beginning, and then they go faster, like in the creativity part. In the follower is the opposite. It's fast at the beginning, but then to become a good follower, it takes a lot of effort and time.
Yeah.
There is a jump there.
Okay.
So
It's like
We have a
follower
question from Chloe.
yeah,
like this,
Uh-huh.
leader
like that.
like
Yeah.
this.
Okay,
Yes.
and then and then they can meet at the end, or they
Yeah.
because the middle they go apart. Chloe is asking, I'm starting teaching Kizomba together with my boyfriend. Do you have any advice for starting teaching as a couple? Where are you from, Chloe? Yeah. Do you have any advice?
Yeah.
Be patient.
Yeah. So who said that? I think it was my father who told me, first year you're teaching, you're gonna teach more than you know. Second year of teaching, you're gonna teach what you know. And third year of teaching, you're gonna teach what they need to know. So at the beginning, you're so excited, you want to give everything, even above your possibilities, because teaching is a learning process too. I think for like everything. So I think a good advice would be to get the feedback of your students, get the feedback of your classes, like never miss a chance to learn from your own classes, from your own mistakes. Attend other teachers' classes with a different perspective, just to learn what to do, not what to explain, because at the end of the day, you cannot explain what you don't think. You have to explain your analysis, but you can learn from how other people organize the class, distributes, if something is good or bad, if people is liking their faces,
If something is working, if something is not working.
if the class was valuable for the people. So all this is like things that when you are just a user of dance, you don't teach, you don't look at them. You are focused on the step, on the class, you are enjoying, you are consuming like getting the product. But then looking at the class from the teacher's part, I think can be very good for your teaching.
Another thing that we realized with the years teaching is that we think it's better not to give all the information at the beginning. Like, okay, we are going to work about this and blah 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 blah, and you start to say all the things because you want to help the people. Like this and this and this is important and this is important, and the people sometimes disconnect. Like, okay,
too much.
Yeah, it's better to make the people ask question to you. You know that something probably is gonna happen. Like, okay, let's do this exercise, and you don't tell anymore. Okay,
you know
do
the
it.
result.
And you know that it's not gonna work for sure. It's not gonna work, but it's okay. They have to feel that it's not working to ask like why it's not
Or
working.
to pay
And
attention.
yeah, and then you can like give some tips like do this, do this, do this, try with this. And we think that the learning is easier if you go like step by step and not all at the beginning like boom. And
It's not only what you say, it's in which moment timing you say
yeah,
it, because
yeah,
if they don't need it, they don't listen, and they don't understand, they don't get it. So they
yeah,
have to feel the need of needing, like, okay, this is not working, and then when you give me this for this to work, then I match your explanation with my thing, and then I go like that.
This is
I
yeah.
think that's
amazing. You guys, you should one day you should run a course for teachers, communication. This is so
we
smart.
wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
great.
wanted
Yeah.
to do a course for teachers, but we don't
We
have
don't have.
time now.
Yeah.
But we will do it. But because, I mean, for example, I think in the teaching part, it's not even in dance. For example, he, before dancing, like years ago, he was teaching in like private classes in mathematics, like
Mhm.
just when you're
Yeah,
young and you're gonna get some
some
money.
money.
And
Yeah,
I did
Yeah.
the same with dance. So I think the teaching thing is the thing that we like. I mean, we
Mhm.
like to dance, we love to
Mhm.
dance, but the teaching thing we like it more, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. That's so good. Okay.
and
Yeah.
okay. No,
There is.
I want to say just if
Mhm.
they are a couple, sentimental
Mhm.
couple,
Mhm.
be patient with the other one. Be patient, and don't forget the focus of your life. I mean, it's better to sometimes eat your ego and says, okay, I think I'm right, but I'm
Mhm.
just let this here because
Mhm.
my love is bigger than my
Equal.
ego. So it's better
Mhm.
to just okay, okay, you are right. Even if you think that she's not right or the
Uh-huh.
opposite, it's better to say okay, you are right and
That is
continue
so
with
beautiful. I love
everything.
you guys. How old are you?
Yeah,
If
no,
I if
because
I may ask, can I ask
yeah,
how old
How
you
old
are?
are we? How old are you? No, you
ah,
say it. You say it.
Me or you?
No, you say it.
My
You guess
age?
it.
Oh, I took.
No, our
Okay.
age.
Okay.
okay.
Jesus. I don't know.
Put your younger face. Younger face.
Ah!
No, that's your young face.
Okay.
My face is
35.
like
35.
Yeah,
35.
34, 34.
34. Okay, that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
And
yeah, okay.
Annie, 28, 26.
Yeah.
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 I'm 28 and I'm turning 29 on Saturday.
On
This
Ah,
Saturday.
Saturday.
I got it right. You see? No, I
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah,
actually.
I like the mature attitude, like the way you talk is
yeah.
it's nice to hear. You
You're
know,
good.
it's especially for me, it's really beautiful because I've been in the dance community for 20 years. In the salsa community mainly, and the things that I witnessed, there was so much sexism, so much violence in the communication, so much like, oh, you should be thankful that you're getting a room, who are you, you just started dancing with me, those so I experienced so much violence and humiliation, manipulation, that I, of course, I mean, when you go through this it makes you super strong, but it's really beautiful to see now people working in the business and having this really nice, partnership attitude. It's like a different world, and it's only been 20 years, but so much has
Mm.
changed socially. So
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
And well, I think we all try to be in the good direction. But
Yeah, I
also,
mean,
if you want to take care of your business and of your thing, it's more about you want to make the effort of this working long term, or just live the moment, just let your
yeah,
emotions speak all the time and control you, and
i think
then
it's
everything's gonna finish.
I think it's also because the early years of salsa were influenced by Latin culture, and
Yeah,
a
it
lot of
has something.
the behaviors, the machismo is a very primitive and very aggressive, primitive towards women. So now with people from all over the world working and dancing, they bring different culture, different behaviors, and yeah, it's a completely different world. But I remember, the Cuban,
Sometimes,
the Dominican guys.
yeah, we even have these conversations like about
Mhm.
machismo and about things that he might do
Mhm.
unconsciously,
Yes.
and I might take them like wrong, but it's not
Mhm.
like something very very noticeable, something
Mhm.
very subtle actually. For example,
Mhm.
I mean, we have talked about this to improve our teaching actually,
Mhm.
because this is something that people won't even realize. It's just we teaching that we, and me especially, I realize. For example, in the past, sometimes it happened that um, I give an explanation for the ladies,
Mhm.
which in the past people didn't like consider important, and now they do more. But I give
Mhm.
an explanation for ladies, and maybe during my explanation or after my explanation, maybe he makes a joke, which is not something bad, okay? But automatically the message
Mhm.
gets, diluted
Yeah.
with one joke.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's something that he never thought about until we talk about it. And I told him, let's make jokes just after a song. For example,
Mhm.
after a song they dance, now we make a joke, or even during our explanation, but I do it. But then if you explain something and I distract the attention with other thing, your information will never reach
Mhm.
the destination.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it was something that happened more in that sense. And now when we see it in
Yeah,
the
and something that happens in the past, now we think that we work about that and is improving, is that normally the guy when make the workshop speak like more. It's not like 50-50, it's
Mhm.
like probably 80-20 or something like this.
Mhm.
And we start to try to make like 60-40 or something like this, because always the I think the leader has the way of the class that has to go to the way and lead the
Mhm.
class more, because has to make the propose of the class.
Mhm.
But the ladies and the followers are really important in Kizomba.
Mhm.
Really, really, really important. I mean, it's 50-50 responsibility in the dance. So we try to work more about, okay, I'm going to explain things for the leaders, but you should explain as the same time, more or less, like 50-50.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not possible, but we try to do
and
our best
I
in
don't
that.
say things just for the ladies. I say many things for the
Yeah.
leaders too, related to the ladies, how they
Mhm.
have to feel, or things like
Mhm.
that. And I think it's a more complete picture of a couple dance if you have both information.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
So
very, it's in Brazilian zouk, it's also very 50-50. It's
mhm.
such a
Yeah.
difficult technique for women that they actually have a voice. Sometimes they speak even more. And salsa, it's still a challenge. And actually, when a woman talks more in the class because she's a bigger brand or she's got more experience, then suddenly the whole community starts talking that she intimidates the guy and she's controlling and she takes over. So she's also witnessing the unfairness, and this it's reversed.
Yeah,
So, but we're
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
working on this.
We are still halfway in there actually
Yeah,
with
but it's an
salsa
important
para
it's an important reflection, and I like how how people like yourselves are more aware and to think of the details, right? Because the communication tricks, yeah, I mean it's another level. It's not like in the past when the partner was treated as a necessary accessorized to a guy. You have to pay for her flight
Mhm.
because he wants to dance with her.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah, now
it's a
people
bit.
I think is realizing that not all the ladies dance the same. So
Mm,
if this is just about following, we should be all the same. No technique needed, no
yeah.
mindset involved, anything. So it's important that we give that part too. And
Mm,
we've heard so many times students saying, I love that the lady speaks in class. Even
mm,
nowadays, it's something that
mhm.
I still don't understand, that people is amazed by that. So and sometimes it's related to maybe leaders working alone. Of course, if you're working alone and you take a lady or a random lady, if she's not a teacher, she's not going to speak in a
Mhm,
class. She's just
mm,
assistant.
mhm,
So maybe they go to many workshops like that, and then when
mhm,
they go to a couple workshop, like both people in the couple work
mhm,
in there, they get surprised that both speak equally.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
think there were
also.
questions here, but I missed them.
Yes, I got them. I got them. There's a question for me as a beginner. It seems that artists never do mistakes, and I feel horribly after doing the mistake, especially dancing with a pro.
Who is that?
That was
Can you repeat slowly?
okay. That was Yard Sun. For me as a beginner, it seems that
Yeah.
artists never do mistakes, and I feel horrible after doing a mistake, especially dancing with a pro. Is this a girl? A girl, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is your part.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing.
Short.
Yeah, I try to be short. We can share you one video when in a demo we are like almost near to fall both to the floor. It was amazing because it was being a really for us good demo. But in one point I tried to move one of the foot of Annie, okay, but he keep the weight there because my lead wasn't good, okay. It was my fault, okay. And I tried to move the foot, and I almost go to the floor. So the thing is that normally what happens is that the teachers post the best video that they have. I mean, if we have a really bad demo and we have a big mistake, normally it's like, okay, we are not going to post this. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. And sometimes I told Annie about that. About
Yeah.
maybe we can like post a video of our best mistakes.
Yeah, this would be good. More human, more
Like,
real, with the right comment.
yeah, but if I'm honest to you, we didn't do that because at least me, I don't feel that really important to do that about, oh, look, I'm Jesus and Annie and we have mistakes. It's like
He doesn't feel good enough
yeah,
to show that he's human.
yeah, it's
Okay.
like, okay, I'm human and all people know that I'm human and I have a lot of mistakes and I don't dance like really good. So who I am to tell the people,
Okay.
look, I have mistakes, you know. It's like it's evident that I have mistakes. So that's what I think that we didn't post that video right now. But the thing is that normally the people show in social media the best videos that they have. So it's not the true, really. And our demo is not our dance in a social dance. It's like more
Concentrated.
yeah. It means the demo is the product that you want to show the people, and you have just 1 minute, 2 minutes to show the people. Okay, I do this, you know, but it's not the way you dance normally, usually in the dance floor.
Maybe one song, but in the demo you concentrate on your things. Then in the social dance you flow more and you connect more and you're more subjected to what's sounding and with your circumstances, with the lady you're dancing with. And it's the main point to adapt in the social and to have a good experience, because this is a social dance. It's not a contest all the time. So
And for
people
me-
sometimes is obsessed about mistakes, and mistakes are a special part of the social dance, and even an opportunity to create new things, to work on your improvisational part, and also in your mindset, how calm you are when you get a mistake. You know, even from the followers part, we followers, there is a mistake, we don't know if it's our fault or his fault, and automatically we do like this and we do another step just to fix it and leave it in the past, you know, instead of just waiting there. Okay, I'm gonna wait there, because if I wait, maybe he can decide something. But if I move fast and he moves fast, then we fight, and there is a trauma there. Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue with the dance. I don't want to look back, you know.
And for me, the mistakes only happens if you feel bad after the mistakes. I mean, all people is gonna do mistakes.
Yeah.
But the mistake only tell you, okay, you can try again and do it better. It's not more. If you make a mistake and you think about it and you stay in in that moment, like, oh, I do a mistake. Oh my God, I did a mistake. I did a mistake. And you are like punishing yourself. The mistake happens. But if you do a mistake and you, okay, I have to improve this and no more, it's like the mistake doesn't exist really. It's like, it's
Okay.
about how you feel the mistake, no more.
Yeah, I also want to get rid of the feeling when something goes wrong. I'm always like, I feel like saying sorry immediately, like, that had to be me. Radu, Colorful Kiss, is asking, how can you not like colors? Jesus, I think it's for you.
No, he likes. He does. He just thinks that they don't fit with their skin color.
More questions.
Skin color.
I love your answers. Chloe says the advice they already answered. Shimmy, how do you both continue to progress in your own dances after year, where so many high-level dancers seemingly stay the same? What's the secret? Stop hiding it. Do you have a secret?
Well, we have not been dancing so many years, actually. To actually say if we have a secret or not regarding that. But I think you're there or we disconnected? No,
I'm here.
I think training, it's a must, like a fundamental ingredient for improving, and also training with a strategy. So many people, I think they would train for hours, but maybe just dance. And I think if you want to improve, you have to focus on some part. We tried in the moment with, for example, the first thing we tried was more about, now we lost her.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, you
Hello?
broke up. Now, yes, but it's the phone is breaking up a bit. I see you're moving your head. So, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Igual es porque está.
I keep catching you. Like I can hear you now. Just the screen has frozen. Okay. Can you hear me?
We have internet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hear you.
Okay. Judith is saying definitely teacher's course. Chloe is saying thank you for the answers. You definitely have the vision to teach teachers. Another Chloe is asking, can you both come to Chinese Kizomba Festival in June?
I think June is full, but I would love to.
We can feel that you like teaching. Can you talk about how key it is to have a training partner? Do you need to have a training partner to train?
Oh, yes. You do.
Can you not train alone?
Shimmy, these are your questions, actually.
Yeah.
No, we didn't answer before, but the other question of Shimmy was to train with a strategy, I think. And then how key is to have a training partner? Now you say.
I mean, as Annie told before, I think that it's really important to go to training not about, okay, let's dance. It's more about...
Wait. I don't know.
I can hear you. For me, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's more about, okay, we want to improve about, I don't know, make accelerations, okay? So let's try to focus only in do acceleration and different ones and different songs and try to catch different effects in the music and wherever. If you are able to do 5 steps in acceleration way, okay, let's try 7. Let's try never ending. So it's more about for us to pick some topic and try to focus on that topic during some time till we feel that, okay, we are mastering that. Now we can try another one. So, but it takes time. It's not about, okay, let's go one day and it's okay. No, we need like, okay, we are going to work about this. Maybe we spend like 3 months in one thing, just to try to improve this specific thing.
Mhm.
Then imagine, okay, let's try about this kind of step, about, I don't know, lifts or whatever. Okay, so we go and try to think about all the possibilities about lift the left, lift the right, lift and go back, lift go to this direction, that direction, and we start uh,
Create a
to
system.
create new steps during the trainings and focus only in this topic. So I think is why you can master the topic and the step.
Okay.
If you focus only in one thing, if you try to improve all the things at the same time, for us at least, it's really hard to
Mhm.
do. Yes,
Okay. It's a good
and you
point.
need you need a partner training because it's important the feedback
Mhm.
in both. I mean, it's important that I try to lead some step, and Annie told me, okay, it's not working because of this. So you
Mhm.
should do this, or you should go there, or you should make more pressure here or there or whatever. And it's important for her to listen to me like, okay, I cannot do this because I fall, or I cannot do this because this or whatever. So it's important to
Communicate.
train with a person who you trust
Mhm.
and you trust their technique. I
Mhm.
mean, I know that if something is wrong in my lead, and is gonna notice, and if she told me this is wrong, I don't think, oh, maybe she's wrong. No, no. I think, okay, I'm wrong for sure because she's like a clock, you know. So I think it's important the person who you are training with.
Mhm.
Yes.
To also have the respect, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
respect
Yeah.
and the communication, and to both stay hungry in their parts,
Mhm.
because the good the couple dance is for me is related to how good the individual dance or skills
Mhm.
are. So
Mhm.
for
Okay.
me, yeah, you can train the balance in couple, you can train fast steps in couple, but if you're able to do them by yourself with your body, taking the energy by yourself, not relying on the other person, then that's going to improve a lot your dance. And I'm not saying you need to dance hip hop by yourself, like being super nice. I'm talking more about the technical part, about body control in the most basic sense. I control, I see with my eyes inside my body, and I know which muscles are working. I know where's
Mhm.
my weight. I know my exact position without having a mirror. I know if I'm stepping 1 centimeter longer than before. I
Mhm.
have to have this spatial control in this dance, especially. And this is going to help to the partner dance.
Mhm.
Like the ingredients help the cake.
Yeah.
You are the cake.
Do you switch roles, leading and following?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
I do lead. I love leading.
She lead more than I follow. But now in our classes, just because sometimes it's unbalanced for 2 or 3 people, there are
Mhm.
like 3 leaders more or 3 followers more or whatever. I'm I go to the following part if is needed in the class,
Mhm.
and she's going to the leader part if is
Okay.
needed to.
Mhm.
But she normally in the social leads, and I normally leads too. Normally I don't follow, but I can. But
Okay.
I normally I don't do it. Yeah.
We have a comment from Nepal from Ashim. He admires your dance style of kizomba. Thank you,
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ashim.
Ashim.
Question from Emma: how do you manage your training? I think they just spoke about that.
Yeah.
Train with a
Mm.
purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, set one day maybe.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there is not a good moment. Like if you had a course, okay, Mondays at 10, we train. All the
Other
Mondays.
thing that happens that is an advance to be a couple is that
Advantage.
advantage to be a couple is that sometimes we are like shopping wherever, and Annie, I don't know why she's thinking about some steps or whatever, and
Arriba, arriba, arriba.
she just stopped me, and
Mhm.
we are like maybe shopping milk or whatever
Uh-huh.
in the supermarket, you know? And she's like, oh, wait. One step come to my mind. Look, let's try this. And we're in the supermarket, like trying new step. It's like, what? What are you doing here? So that happens too. Yeah.
Yeah, inspiration comes at
So the
random
training
moments.
can be in the supermarket or can be in a day that you planned before.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's important.
Some more comments. Annie is an amazing leader. You should enjoy her. Jesus, let it flow. Jesus,
Hey,
Yeah.
love you, Estrella. Mwah.
Jesus Andor and Annie are awesome. You're very inspirational. Keep it up. Is
Tita
there
Paola.
anything, guys, that you would like to share with the community? I think you said everything. You said how to become an instructor.
We,
Um,
we lost you.
is there
Yeah,
We lose
anything you
you.
would like
we
to
lose
add?
you. Can you repeat?
Hello, I'm here.
Anything we'd like to add to the community?
Yes. Anything to, I don't know,
Mm,
advice?
yeah, I mean, to the community in general.
Ah, well.
There is something we've been talking about lately that we can just throw there and people can
Okay.
take it or not. It's about being more generous in the in the dance floor and focus more on a bigger purpose, not on individual purpose. I think we're all aware that this is our hobby, our free time, and we want to enjoy, na na na. But I think if we invest time in growing the community, dancing with more basic people, with people that we don't know, or sometimes even attending a salsa bachata social just to show how kizomba is, I think this is something very generous for the community.
Mhm, mhm,
And we try to transmit this message to our students, um, for them to just put their small part. I'm not saying you have to go to a social and just, dance with all the beginners the
mhm,
whole night and dancing with people that you might not like that much or whatever. But part of the social, I think, a percentage should be like directed to this, just for you to enjoy more in the future, because people
mhm,
think about the present, and sometimes we feel the community shrinks
I think
for that.
it would be really good if the advanced people listen to the basic people, the thoughts
mhm,
of the basic
mhm,
people,
mhm,
and it will be really good if the basic people listen the thoughts of the advanced
Advanced
people.
people, yes,
Because when you teach, you have
both.
like different levels in the work in the schools, and you
mhm,
listen both. You listen the thoughts of the basic, like I don't dance. When I go to dance, I wait a lot and I never dance. Or the advanced people dance between them and never ask me for dance. Or there are a lot of people that dance for an hour or something like this, and I'm waiting for an hour and then I don't dance or whatever.
mhm,
And I don't feel comfortable or whatever. And the advanced people has the other point about, okay, it's my free time,
I did my job, I went to class.
I went to class and I try my best to improve, and there's some people that don't do their best to improve, or I don't know, whatever. I don't want to go too
mhm,
much deep,
Detail.
but it's important to put yourself in the other side sometimes
mhm,
and think that if you do the best for the community in your place,
Your local place.
the community is going to grow and the community is going to improve.
mhm,
And if the community is going to improve, all people is going to be more happy in that community.
mhm,
So
And you can
yeah,
go dance more often and cheaper than
yeah.
maybe having to travel like a lot, or maybe giving more value to other communities different than yours. All of them have their things, I think, but you should work on your local one if you wanted to one day become a place that you want to be there and dance there. That's what we think.
Yeah.
That is so
So
so nice. Yeah, so important. I actually realized this after many, many years, that we built a community in Warsaw, in Poland, for salsa, for everything that is actually fun to dance with. When we started, it was nothing.
Yeah, it takes
So,
time.
Yeah.
Of course.
yeah, and it's also nice, that locally you can enjoy. So
The
so
good
true.
communities today are the result of those people that did events, that started teaching, that went to class, that inspired others. So it's not something that happened in like from the night. It takes years.
Yeah.
That's true. That's so smart. Thank you, guys. You've been amazing. Thank you for giving us all this precious time of yours.
You've been amazing too. You're a great interviewer.
Okay, thank you.
Love the dynamic and questions.
Okay. It's maybe because I'm also a dancer, and and I have an inside life of these communities, so I understand all these issues. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good for an organizer, like to be a dancer too and
Yeah.
understand the needs.
yeah, totally. Like before I danced kizomba, I didn't really understand what the kizomba dancers need. It's a completely different vibe, and other things are important. And the language people use to describe a good event, it's completely different. Like with salsa, it's all the biggest, the best, the fastest. It's all big ego, and that's the kind of vibe. And then if you use the same words for kizomba, it doesn't make sense, because kizomba needs intimacy, connection, long hours. They need the flow, right? So it's also interesting to discover this. I can't wait to have you here in March and meet in person and dance. So, guys, if you want to get close to Jesus and Anni, book your tickets for elSol Spring Edition, and we keep in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much for everything. Waiting for seeing you in March. It's gonna be great. And also with, I think Treasure is gonna be there, and also
Yes.
Teresa, right, in the Kizomba part.
Yes.
So yeah, we are excited to meet them there too, and to make a great experience, because I think that's what elSol is, no, an experience.
Definitely. And it's the first time, so we're gonna create new memories
this spring.
and new flow. Yes. So I'm also
Thank you
excited.
very much.
Thank you. Let us disconnect. Goodbye. Have a great afternoon.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, people.